Commander Masters has begun, and there are some amazing and valuable reprints already coming out for this set. Now let's dive into those and talk about them. Wizards started today off by streaming on Twitch a debut of some of the most amazing cards. To start off the stream, we were shown some really cool Commander staples, including Sol Ring, Path to Exile, Command Tower, and Arcane Signet. These are all really cool cards, and we're getting some amazing reprints. Sol Ring and Arcane Signet are both uncommon, so you can expect to get a lot of those, but Command Tower and Path of Ancestry are both commons in this set. These are both cards I put in every single deck, and the fact that they're common in this set just means you're going to be able to get so much of them. This card is going to go down in value. You should be playing it in every deck. It is so good. The next three cards that they showed off was the Prismatic Piper, which is a partner commander that they released in the original Commander Masters set, meaning we can expect to see some partner commanders put out for this draft format. In addition, we have Kardor, Ghost Chieftain, and Extinguish All Hope, which are very cool cards. And a card people have been waiting forever to get a cool reprint, which is Azusa Lost But Seeking. We did technically just have this in a secret lair, but this alternate art for Azusa is so beautiful. I know that all fans of Azusa are going to be looking at this card and wishing they had this copy too. The next three cards that we got shut off was Krenko Mob Boss, Chainer, Demontain Master, and Lantax. Krenko Mob Boss is one of my favorite commanders, and to see this cool alternate art, I may have to go pick up. And in addition, Lantax is an incredibly valuable card, going for around $35 right now. Seeing this card is going to drop this price and let a bunch of new players be able to gain access to it. It is mythic, which means it's going to be harder to pull, but the last 3 times it was reprinted, it was mythic as well, so we'll see how many we get. Next up, with this new art frame that they are doing for this entire set, it seems, is Kozilek, the Great Distortion. Now, this isn't as valuable a reprint as you would want, as it's going for about $11 right now, but this alternate art is really cool, and maybe this art will expose a whole bunch of new players into figuring out how to build a deck around this. Before I go any further, I just want to say, if you aren't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'm going to be trying to do a daily recap of all the Commander Masters spoilers. I do Commander deck techs, I do set reviews, I do role mechanic videos, I do a whole bunch of good stuff, and you should follow along because I put out some really good content. Now, let's look at some more spoilers. One of the best 2-drop artifacts around is Fellwar Stone, and in this set we're getting an uncommon reprint, which is great to get more of them out there, and also a really cool alternate art. Fellwar Stone is great if you're playing decks with a lot of colors in it, because you want to be able to get different colors off your opponents, so this is really cool. And now we're going to take a look at the first cycle of cards that they're reprinting, and these are pretty pricey. We have the Medallion cycle, including Pearl Medallion, Emerald Medallion, Sapphire Medallion, Jet Medallion, and Ruby Medallion. These medallions are great if you're playing monocolor decks because they'll reduce your spells by 1, meaning all your spells are just 1 cheaper to cast, which is just fantastic. These are being printed at rare, which is really cool because we should be able to get our hands on a lot of these cards as boxes are opened, and these are just awesome cards. It's been a long while since a lot of these have been reprinted. The last time that these were reprinted was in Commander 2014, with some of these cards getting reprints like Emerald Medallion in 2017, Jet Medallion in the Post Malone Secret Lair, and Ruby Medallion in Commander Anthologies 2. It's been a long time since we've gotten these cards out there, and the prices on these have soared. This is going to be a really desirable set of cards to get, so if you pull any, keep them. Next up, we have Evacuation and Wayward Swordtooth. Both of these are really cool cards. I'm glad to see them. Wayward Swordtooth is one of my favorite cards because it lets you play additional lands, and for 3 mana, you're going to get that Ascend trigger pretty quickly playing those extra lands. I really like it. Next up in that special treatment, we have Regal Behemoth. This is a super cool mana doubling card, especially if you're the Monarch. It's one-sided, and that's what green loves. If you get to play this and can stay the Monarch, you're just going to accelerate so fast, you should win the game. And our next card, we haven't seen reprinted since Worldwake. It's gotten some reprints in some other sets, but not a main set like this. And we have Omnath, Locus of Mana. This is an old but powerful commander, and this is so cool to see this reprint. I was really interested also how they were going to do this art that they've been doing for all of these cards, so this is actually a really neat way to show it off. Next up, we have Shelter and Mizzix of Ismagus. Shelter did get reprinted in a Modern Horizon set, so it's been not too long that we got that reprint. And Mizzix was also reprinted in Double Masters last year, so I'm a little unsure why these cards made it in here since they were just reprinted so soon, but maybe they're Commander staples. I don't necessarily play these cards very often, but maybe you do. In another card we haven't seen in over 10 years, we have Insurrection. This is an oldie but goodie, red way to basically end the game. The alternate art for this card is probably some of my favorite I've seen so far. This is just such a cool card, and if the original card art didn't tell you what it does, this new full art surely does. I'm gonna have to get my hands on this card myself. And before we talk about that last card, there is 2 cards I really wanted to show off. First, we have Yargle, Glutton of Urborg, and the first card from a set of cards I hope to see more of, Deadly Rollick. If you don't remember, Deadly Rollick was one of the set of cards from Commander decks that allow you to cast them for free if you control your Commander. I hope we see more of these later today and later tomorrow, and if so, I will show those off as well. And I hope we get the rest of this cycle as well. And finally, the last card I'm going to show off today is Urza, Lord High Artificer. This is one of the most powerful Commander decks I've ever built, and this alternate art for Urza is stunning. I wasn't a huge fan of the art style that they were doing with these side views of different characters, but this has sold me. Urza looks so dignified and powerful here. I can't wait to get this card and play it. Thank you so much for watching. If you aren't subscribed, please do so. I'm going to be doing these videos every day for the entire spoiler season, showing you some of the new amazing reprints we're getting in this set. The cards we got shown off today were already so cool, and I know that these boxes are going to raise in price. So if you haven't seen my video talking about what to expect, I'll put it in the description below and in the card right here. Also, if you didn't see my video yesterday talking about cards that were already spoiled and want to see that, that'll also be in the description below. If there's any cards you're hoping to see, please leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to see your predictions and what you would like to get out of this set. In today's Scryfall card is Arzen Abbey with Sarah's gift to her people, a symbol of faith and hope. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you later, Planeswalkers.